For a long time, I hated saving money. It was a struggle to see my paycheck sink into the abyss of my saving account. And this was especially true in months when I had so little left of it after paying my credit cards, streaming subscriptions, bills, and other things that I forgot I even purchased in the first place. Things changed for me when I stumbled upon this concept called Kakeibo. It's a unique approach that the Japanese have been using for over 100 years to save money and build wealth. The concept of Kakeibo is deeply rooted in Japanese society. It revolves around the idea of mindful spending, budgeting, and saving. Think of it as your personal financial GPS. It's all about finding a balance between enjoying life's pleasures and securing your financial future. Now, there are 3 pillars of Kakeibo that will help us understand it better and teach us exactly how one can implement it. In our fast-paced, always connected world, losing track of our spending habits is easy. That quick dash to the ATM, cash you had to spend because you were out and about, the little online purchase, or that reoccurring expense that you don't even know was happening, it all seems minor, but it starts trickling until it becomes a stream, a very strong one at that, maybe a tsunami that we don't realize is happening until the end of the month, and the cycle starts all over again with a new paycheck. Kakeibo teaches us to have an elevated sense of mindfulness around our finances. The best thing about it is how it encourages reflection on spending habits. Now, I'm constantly asking myself, can I live without this purchase? Will this item make me happy? Is it true happiness, or am I falling in the instant gratification trap? Now, it's not just about spending, it's about making intentional choices that align with our financial goals and values. The first step is choose a medium to record your expenses. The beauty of Kakeibo lies in its simplicity. All you need is a notebook or spreadsheet to start tracking your expenses. I would avoid budgeting and expense tracking apps, at least for the first month of trying this technique, because there is something extremely powerful about writing each expense physically with a pen and paper. Make it a habit to write down every purchase you make throughout the day, no matter how small. It might sound tedious, but trust me, the insights you will gain are priceless. When I started tracking my expenses, I began to notice patterns in areas where I could cut back. You may realize you're spending too much on dining out or impulse purchases. The more I wrote about each expense as it occurred, the more mindful and aware I was about my spending and where most of my money was going. As boring and time-consuming as it might sound, it was a truly transformative experience. People often associate the term budget with scarcity or a reduction in quality of life. So budget is one word people tend to resent. That's why a lot of people find it difficult to set a budget and stick to it. But this is not always the case. Having a budget doesn't mean you are broke or starving. People live paycheck to paycheck because they don't have a full understanding of what their income can support. So money in the bank automatically translates to money for spending. So having a budget is crucial for saving money. But Kakeibo takes it to a whole new level by breaking down your monthly income into 4 categories: needs, wants, culture, and unexpected expenses. Needs are life's necessities like food, transportation, rent, bills, etc. Wants are desires, things that are not necessary but are good to have, and it's important to understand that wants are expenses that you could live without, but you enjoy your life more when you have them. They typically can be broken down into 2 categories: likes and loves. Buying likes gives you short-term satisfactions that usually disappears within weeks, even days. And loves are things that give you satisfaction that is usually very long-lasting or even permanent. Likes are things like designer clothing, coffee drinks, gym memberships, newest iPhone. And loves is something like a trip to another country where you can build substantial memories and strengthen relationships. Knowing the difference between your personal likes and loves is next level mindfulness. Culture is any spending on cultural activities including books, museum visits, and concerts. And lastly, unexpected expenses are things that you don't plan for but cannot avoid paying. This is all about allocating your money mindfully. You will gain control over your spending and avoid those impulsive purchases that drain your bank account like there is no tomorrow. Like that one time I was sitting there and saw the Apple Vision Pro and was like, where the hell is the checkout button? But then realized the price tag and the fact that it's not even out yet. Point is, abort the mission, abort the thought. Creating a realistic budget with the information you've gathered from tracking your expenses will help you spend better and cut down on unnecessary expenses. But Kakeibo isn't just about cutting expenses. It's also about setting realistic saving targets. It's important to strike a balance between saving and enjoying life. If the chocolate chip ice cream and Chinese takeout will make your day better, go for it. But don't always let it be the remedy to a bad day. Remember, the aim is not to deprive yourself, but to be mindful of your spending choices. Kakeibo encourages you to reflect on your financial decisions at the end of each month. Reviewing your spending carefully can help you see whether you are closer to your goals. I won't lie, this one is hard. Sometimes I feel like avoiding it altogether because, let's face it, the results won't always be good. And the process of doing it could take time, but then again, looking for patterns, areas where you overspent, or opportunities to save will give you valuable insight into your spending habits and help you make informed decisions moving forward to protect your wealth and even help grow it. The key takeaway here is that Kakeibo is a mindset shift. It's about being mindful of your money and taking control of your finances. By making small, intentional changes to your spending habits, you can save more, invest wisely, and build a tsunami-proof, secure future.